This constituency has always elected Conservative MPs, and by big margins. This is classic rural England, a place of traditional values with a local economy dominated by farming. But on Thursday, the Conservatives could lose. In Honiton's main street, the scandal of COVID-19 law-breaking parties at number 10 Downing Street is a major factor.
Is it a referendum on Boris and his behaviour, or is it more complicated than that?
Boris and his behaviour, ultimately. I'll leave it there for me. But ultimately his behaviour is let everybody down.
I feel affronted that the way he talks to the people and thinks we're idiots by listening to his lies all the time.
I think if I was going to vote, then I would possibly not vote Conservative.
The polls suggest a very close race, but the loss of a 24,000 vote majority would be an extraordinary result.
It's clear that the vote on Thursday here will be in part a referendum on Boris Johnson and his leadership. Partygate has had a big impact, but of course it's more complicated than that. The cost of living crisis is a big issue, and for a rural community there are many farmers here who are worried about the aftershocks of Brexit and the loss of EU subsidies. And then there's the main opposition, not from the Labour Party, but from the Liberal Democrats.
Their candidate is former soldier Richard Ford. His party only has 13 MPs, but in seats like this, their popularity is surging.
There are some traditional lifelong Conservative supporters who will probably go out and do the same thing as they always have done. But there are also a lot of Conservative supporters who just cannot bear to support the Johnson-led government at this time.
Johnson's problem is that many of his own MPs feel the same. 148 voted against his leadership in a recent vote of confidence in Westminster.
It's not Partygate per se, it's actually it's about the underlying issue of honesty and integrity. And there's a real feeling that voters are feeling let down.
On Thursday, people in another constituency, the north of England, will also vote. There, the Conservatives are defending a much smaller majority, which they expect to lose. But if they lose in Honiton too, they would be thrown into a genuine crisis just 2 years from the next general election. And calls for Johnson to step aside will only grow louder. Simon McGregor-Wood, TRT World, in Honiton.